Hello YouTube, Raw Life back with another Lufania Plus, this time Dimensions in Transcendence Tier 5. We've got the Reckoning. We brought Bartz and Zidane from the right tier and Porom from the left tier. These guys are a little difficult, especially if you don't bring counters to their mechanics. Specifically, at certain thresholds, the main zombie there is going to send his little zombie minions at you for a kamikaze shot that will kill the minion, but will also kill you if the minion has more than 50% HP left. So the thresholds are pretty normal. I believe 79, 49, and 29. So most of the fight is making sure that you are able to tank those automatic attacks. If it's over 100%, I believe it is a automatic. If it's over 50%, I'm sorry, on the ad's health, I believe it is an automatic set to 0, kind of like an orb going off. You cannot avoid or mitigate the HP damage, so you absolutely have to get both the adds below 50% before he reaches his threshold. With this team, that wasn't that tough. Zidane is farming Brave the entire time off of those guys. He also has some splash damage. This team was very strong here, a lot like the Crucibles we already did. I brought 2 greens here, so it's just kind of overpowered a little bit by the team we brought. And we are entering a era where fights are going to be quite different from party to party. If you're stacking BT effects like you will see me do here with Bartz and Zidane, it's a lot easier. I mean, you are utilizing the full power at your disposal, which is nothing to be ashamed of. But a lot of these fights, RNA LC is another example. If you're doing it without any greens, it's going to be a lot different experience from doing it with 1 green or doing it with 2 greens even. It's an era of the game where difficulty is going to be very subjective from party to party. Depending on who you bring, you may blow these out of the water or you may struggle severely. So keep that in mind as you're watching my clears and other people's clears. There's a lot of different options now as far as party composition, not just the roles you're bringing, but how many BTs, how many green BTs you're bringing. But anyway, as you see at 79%, he went ahead and threw both of his little minions at me, but they were below 50% HP, so they barely did any damage. That may be due to Porom and all the debuffs we had on them, but anyway, if they're above 50%, they're going to kill you, so that's not good. Went ahead with Bartz there. Bartz is very slow, and I'm enjoying his green immensely, but since he's so slow, his BT effect can last so long. So I went ahead and hit his BT finisher to start getting stacks. As you can see, it goes up to 3 stacks, and that's the maximum strength. And with his slow speed and Zidane turn stealing this entire fight, he can make his maximum BT effect last a very, very long time. So really enjoying Bart's BT, green BT, I should say. Saw some comments that he's underwhelming, I think based on his damage. But that's not what Bartz brings. He definitely does not have very good damage, but he doesn't have to because he is providing the auras, the Wind and Peril, the enchant, and the big time Brave refund on every HP dump to your party. So he brings a lot of stuff. He does not bring the damage. So if you're looking for a damage dealer, you know, you've got Ace, you can green. Zidane has a lot of utility, but also has a lot of damage. So just keep that in mind when looking at greens. We're still just pounding this middle guy down, being careful because at 49%, of course, those ads are going to have to be below 50% of their own personal health. Zidane is deleting B, which is the main guy, as much as possible. Just continuing to push his turns further and further back so we can wail on him and the ads to carefully navigate these thresholds. And as I mentioned earlier, this fight can be pretty difficult. Especially if you're not bringing an overpowered meta team, but they get this debuff on you. That's a HP poison. Kind of stinks. We have Porom who's healing. We have Zidane with his BT effect, also healing the party and battering the party. So with this specific team comp, really wasn't much to worry about. I haven't popped his BT yet, so he's not healing yet, but he will be. But if you don't bring, a counter to that, they can get you down dangerous levels of HP and then finish you off if you're letting A attack, or if you're letting the main guy attack. It's technically B. But we pop Zidane's BT finisher here. Get his, or actually popped his whole BT. So we get a BT phase here with Bartz, Call Assist active, Bartz BT effect at max stacks, and really go to work on this main guy because the ads are already below 50%. This is a pretty chunky BT phase, to be honest with you. Just an example of what can be done when you stack. Ooh, 6.6 mil on the BT phase. So yeah, it's just an example of what you can get when you're stacking these BT effects and stuff like that. I don't know if you saw there, the main guy did a stomp attack after he kamikazed his other guys, and that's giving some people some difficulty as well, because as far as I know, we don't really know what's causing him to do that at his thresholds. Sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't. If you're not bringing a party with so much mitigation like this and a bunch of debuffs on them to lower their attack, those attacks combined with the stomp, combined with the grudge HP poison that they're putting on you, you can get caught, and all of a sudden somebody can get knocked out. So it's not really the easiest tier per se. As I mentioned already, a lot of the easiness or difficulty of fights are going to be subjective moving forward. Who'd you bring? I may have brought a little bit too much firepower to this one. I may have to go back eventually and take one of my greens out, but for now I'm happy to get this done. I think we're going back to only a Transcendence tier every 2 months or so at this point, so there's plenty of time to build back up your roster, and I may not have to go back and pull out a green. Who knows? We shall see. But we're already fast approaching that final threshold, which is 29%. But as you can see, we've got 59 and 60 plus on the ads. So we actually, right here, we're going to start focusing the ads down without too much splash damage, hopefully, because we don't want to get 29% on the main guy before the other two go below 50. We did summon because if I accidentally got him below with splash, they do not do their little self-sacrifice attacks until you come out of summon. So that's another thing you can do if you're struggling with a stage. Summon or BT phase, they will not activate those threshold attacks until the end of the phase. So be aware, they will come as soon as the phase, summon or BT phase ends. They will complete those threshold attacks, but see, they're just really not doing much damage to me at this point, thanks to the team comp we brought. But we are in the final home stretch here, The orb, I never even mentioned it, but it is to keep them at 0 brave. And with all the different ways we have of brave shaving here with Zidane, Porom setting them to 0 on her turns, Bartz insta-breaking with his LD and gravity and all that. We're pretty much keeping them at 0, and the orb is getting met almost every turn. So was not, with this team comp, was not really a factor whatsoever. We're at 17% on the main guy, and I want to take a second to just mention the Lifestream once again. Thank you guys so much for supporting us thus far. Episode 12 will be on Twitch tonight, live 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, every Monday. I'll put the link in the description of this video. Hope to see some new faces. Hope to see our regular friends, and we're going to be starting a new segment this week where we will take questions. So I'll put the address in the email, but we're taking audio questions. If you could just record a voice memo, we would love to get your question answered. And if not, you can just send a regular email to Lifestream DFFOO@gmail.com, and we'll try to work through those as best we can. You know, DFFO questions are just questions for the hosts, whatever you want. We're just trying it out and seeing, if this would be a good way to get some interaction with the community. But anyway, that email is livestreamdffoo@gmail.com, and I'll put that in the description, like I said. And we are finally done with this guy. Smashed him. No problems here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out my video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and we will catch you on the next one.